Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. So we got the Miss Geico 17 on the block. All right, we go from a $3,000 twin mono to a $100 pool racer. This boat is now discontinued. It was basically sold as a toy pool boat for kids, borderline hobby grade, right? We actually gutted it. We reinforced the hull, we blueprinted the hull, we added a flex cable, center mounted rudder, brushless power, and the boat is stupid fast now, like dumb fast, borderline psychotic fast with this big block. It's actually the biggest motor I could fit in this boat. Okay, so it's kind of uncontrollable. It's kind of too damn fast, right? So today we're actually going to repower it. Okay, I have this Oxidean Marine 2835. Okay, it's a 2835 brushless in-runner motor. It's a 3300 kV. It's a 3S motor. All right, I think it's going to be a perfect fit in this boat. I've actually run a motor in the past the same size and weight, and it should be perfect, right? So we're also going to use this 9-gram digital servo from Oxidean Marine. These are new products that Oxidean sells, and I'm kind of testing them out. We're also going to test his new 50 amp speed control in the mini dom with the 2835. We're gonna actually do a comparison. The 10 shock Oxidean Marine branded 10 shock motor in ESC compared to the new Oxidean motor in ESC that will be coming in his new version of the mini dom, right? So yeah, we're gonna run some mini boats here shortly. So we're gonna get this all installed. I'm gonna walk you through it. I'll walk you through my setup.
Oh, 48 again, 51 with a charged battery, and it was like it was really all over the place, man.
I guess we need to actually find a receiver. I don't have any receivers like the SR series for the IXSR, so I think we're actually going to use, let's use this FlySky here. This is a FSB4P for this this FlySky transmitter. This will be a permanent receiver in this boat. You know what I'm saying? So that'll work. All right. I guess when you upgrade your boat, you need to make sure you have a coupler collet that's actually going to work and match the flex cable. Like if you're going to do a motor upgrade, double, quadruple, triple check the size of your cable, check the size of your motor shaft, and match up the coupler or collet. So I've been actually running a coupler. We're going to upgrade that to a collet today. This guy, okay? So I basically made just a homemade motor mount. I mean, this is a piece of aluminum that I made a cardboard template, and I basically cut that template out of aluminum. I bent it, drilled the holes, mounted it in the boat. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. You can buy 28 series motor mounts that will or should fit this boat. The only thing about like a 28 series motor mount, a lot of times they're really wide, and they just take up a lot of room in the hull. The rocket motor out. Okay, this is a size comparison. This is a 29 series. This is a 28. 48 long, 35 long. Okay. I was running a 4mm bullet on this setup, so I actually had to change out the 3.5 to a 4mm. Okay. Yeah, I know. I used red heat shrink because I didn't have any black. It was white or red, so I went with the red. All right, deal with it. All right. I could have just soldered up 3.5s on the ESC and just used the stock 3.5s, but it was actually just easier for me to go ahead and solder up the 4mm plugs. Okay, so go ahead and get our water jacket on. Guess it really don't matter the orientation. Kind of spin it while you slide it on there. Okay, like so. I want to go ahead and, well, first I want to clean this hull. It's always a good idea to kind of clean it out while you have everything apart. Okay, I want to go ahead and get a LiPo battery, get my receiver hooked up, and I want to test this motor real quick before I get too awful far. Make sure this coupler isn't like, yeah, I just want to make sure it spins nice and smooth. This coupler was in my box of couplers, and I had a coupler not too long ago, a small coupler that had some wobble to it, and I just hope this is not that coupler. So let's check that out. Okay, so our ESC goes to channel 2. The ground black wire always goes on the outside of your receiver. 9 times out of 10, the ground is always facing the outside. Something to kind of keep in mind for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this coupler on and just kind of lightly tighten it down. Oh, that's the wrong one. On the flat spot, we're going to Loctite it and everything. I just want to make sure it's balanced. Okay, good. Good deal. That sounds good. That sounds really good. If it had some wobble to it, you'd hear it and you would actually feel it, you know. Oh, we're going to cut it close. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and grind this stuffing tube down. Man, that's going to be cutting it close. Okay, so I'm actually going to use my cutting wheel here to cut this stuffing tube short. And we may need to grind it and file it. Finish it up. Make sure you have the flex cable out before you cut your stuffing tube. So I think I got it cut to size here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah, what was I worried about? Yeah, that's gonna work perfect, man. Okay, let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and clean out. I'm gonna clean up the end of this tube here, get it prepped up for RPM. All right, so we ran into our first little hiccup here. We cut, well, second, we had to cut the stuffing tube short. That's fine, but I don't really want to run my coupler any farther back. You know what I'm saying? Because it may actually bottom out on the bottom of the hole here. So that's why I like running the coupler. You know, that coupler, that little short coupler. A lot of guys ask why I run these couplers, and it's a lot of times it's because they're short and they just fit the build better. You know, sometimes it's due to cost, you know, at that time, but sometimes they just work better, you know. So it's actually, the coupler is actually hitting the screw. So I just cut down a couple of M3, like, I guess you would call this a button head. and this is a cap head. I could be wrong there. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because hell, Big B don't know every damn thing. Or does he? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and change these out. I'm gonna Loctite them while I'm at it. All right. So I mean, this is easy. Anybody can change a motor out, you know. I like making these videos for you guys. Just, you know, it may actually help someone out. I mean, 90% of you guys know all this stuff, you know, what to do, how to do it. So I Loctited all my screws. My grub screws are Loctited. Now, when you set up a water jacket on a brushless motor, okay, the water goes in, it fills the jacket up, and you want your exit to be the highest point, right? It fills it up, all the air escapes, and then the water, you know, exits the jacket. If you have this this forward exit, the low exit for your exit, the jacket don't fill all the way up. Now, it actually does cool. It still flows, it still cools, but you get better cooling when you use your exit at the top. The top nipple is your exit. The way this boat works, I got single cooling. There's not a whole lot of room under here. So I used to actually run it with the coil, right? So it just flows right through it. You ain't got to worry about the exit or the nipple or whatnot. So we actually need to change this around. And the cooling line's not really long enough. Okay, so I got a longer line here. I think it's a 6mm cooling line. Yeah, 6mm. So I'm just going to push it through the hole. If you can, or if you're having a hard time getting your tube through, just cut a slit out of it like that. That will line it up and get it through the hull so you can grab onto it on the inside, you know. A little slobber on there. I guess I should say the Haktua on it. It's crazy how somebody can get so famous within a couple of minutes in an interview. Haktua girl. I mean, I don't, you know, it just baffles me how the interweb works now, you know, and what people find viral, you know, it baffles me. It does. So I got a new cooling line in here. It's actually a little bit nicer looking, so I'm kind of glad I did it. This is just a toy boat, man. It's just a fun little boat to have around. You know what I mean? Nothing freaking serious. Just a fun little boat to watch zip around the pond, you know? Alright, so now our in is at the bottom, our exit is at the top, how it's supposed to be. Okay, do we have enough line? Maybe. We do. That's freaking awesome. Okay. Blow through it, sounds good. See if the hatch fits on. It does. Good deal. We got our servo here. I really don't even need to change this out. It will help. It will help dramatically. Okay. I actually have a piece of carbon fiber here. I was thinking about making me a custom hasp that might add some class, you know. But this is pretty simple right here. Hopefully this horn will fit. I'll do a comparison. It's actually a pretty quick servo. That's a little quicker. Yeah, it's actually quicker. A little bit faster than this guy right here. Okay. The horn did not fit. So the horn has a different tooth count. So this is a coarse tooth count and this is a fine. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut this arm. Well, maybe I don't need to. Let's see. Yeah, I do. I need to cut the arm down because it's too long. So just gonna use my scissors here. Nothing fancy. Okay. Okay, I'm making sure my steering trim is at 0 here. Okay, zeroed out. It's vertical. Okay, and go ahead and slide this wire back in. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's the ticket right there. Damn, that's awesome. This is an Eddy 4mm step down to 1/8. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it's Eddy. It could be an old Aquacraft shaft, but I'm almost wanting to say it's an Eddy cable. An Eddy stub shaft with a 0.130 cable on it. I used JB Weld to make my connection. So I shot grease in there. I'm just going to put my foam over my stuffing tube so the grease don't shoot out all over the place. Probably still will. And it did, not as bad as it would have. Alright. I'm not going to shorten that cable up any in case I want to go back to the coupler, you know. I'm just going to leave it a little long at the drive dog. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy here tightened down. I like using these adjustable wrenches. So I only have to keep one wrench, one of each wrench in my toolbox, you know. So I have a big adjustable wrench and a small adjustable wrench with one wrench of each size in my to-go box. Alright, so we're about to spool it up. Okay, I got it all ready to go. I get a battery and we'll get it all spooled up for you. So I actually wanted to show you this. Okay, we're going to disassemble this motor real quick. It's actually a pretty beefy ass little motor if you ask me. The front end bell is held in by 3 screws, right? The front end bell, vented. The back end bell unscrews, okay? So when you get this motor, I kind of recommend put a little, I just took this apart off camera and did it to this one. Put you just one dab of Loctite on this end bell, and then get you a pair of needle nose. Be careful when you do it. Stick it in there and then tighten it up real good, right? You don't want it to unspin. You know, like I found out by shuffling around my water jacket and I seen the motor spin. It's completely fine. It's normal. It's the way this motor's put together. Yeah, this little 2040 TP right here, it actually unscrews at the back and unscrews at the front. I've never had a single issue from it. Because when I first got it, I disassembled it, put a dab of Loctite here and a dab of Loctite there, you know. It's just what you got to do. I'm going to pull the rotor out real quick so that I don't lose these magnets. I wanted to show you the magnet is actually Kevlar wrapped, okay? So this is a 3S motor, but guess what? I'm going to run it on 4S. I am. This rotor's Kevlar wrapped. It should keep this these 4 magnets from slinging off. Okay, so that looks good. It's got, almost to me, it looks like a ceramic washer here. Might not be, but the copper, it's got a good color to it, you know. And look how packed it is. It's actually a good quality looking motor, if you ask me. It's kind of priced right. We'll see once we run it. But just to give you a comparison here, look at the color of this X Team and look at the color of the copper in the Oxidean motor. It looks a lot brighter in color. And I only have one run with this motor, you know. And it's more of a fine strand wire than a thick wire. Okay, so it's going to dissipate heat better. Pretty sure. So I think it's a good looking motor. I think it's going to be pretty quick in this boat. I really do. And the mini dom. We're going to run it on 4S and the mini dom. I'm not going to run 4S in this. That would just be kind of retarded. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So let me show you how to, when you pull it apart, if you pull it apart, do not lose the shims. Okay. And if you go ahead and do this now, you shouldn't have any issue. One dab. Boom. That's all you need. Anymore, if you ever need to service it, you'll have a hard time getting it apart. Okay. So now, if you need to get it apart and you have a hard time with it, just take a little micro torch and heat up around the edge of it. Not much. It don't take much. And then take it apart in reverse fashion. Okay. Let's listen to it. I got the battery in there. I'll run it right here, a little 1800. Need to dial back that. I definitely need to dial back that steering thrower. That's just way too much. Yeah, something like that is all you need for this boat here. You know, that's all you freaking need. Well, I guess I need some left throw here. We'll get it. I'll get it all set up before our next run. So we went from 40. Is that 4,300? Or is it 4,800? I can't tell. So we went from 4,800 kV to 3,300 kV. A dramatic drop in RPM. So we're basically sacrificing speed with this motor. Lower kV, you can volt up or prop up. We cannot prop up with this boat. So I'm sacrificing speed for a better handling, lighter weight, better behaved, less flighty boat, right? I must be getting old. I must be getting old, you know? I must be getting old. I remember, you know, back in the day, I just wanted a fast boat, just fast. I don't even care if it flips, balls to the wall, chine walking and flying. I just wanted a damn fast boat, period, right? It didn't matter how I got there. It seems like the older I get, the more I'm digging. Like I like fast boats. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong there, but I want a well-behaved fast boat, right? One that I can keep on the water. I've been through dozens of broken boats, repairing broken hulls, trying for, like, you know, just like all out, just fast boats, and don't even care. The older I get, the more I appreciate how much work goes into these boats, and the more I want to have a boat that's fast, well behaved, stays on the water. I can run it for a while, depending on what I'm doing, you know, and not have to break out a fishing pole or recovery boat. I must be getting old. So, you know, I actually think this is going to be a great motor. 3,300 kV with a little 30 millimeter prop. 3-blade, 2-blade, should be mid 40s, right? We were getting close to 55 with this motor, if I'm not mistaken. 50, 55, I can't remember. It might be like 49, 54, something like that. I can't remember. But it was fast with that little motor, so with the big block. So I'm actually excited to test out the new lightweight setup. So we'll fill it up with foam and let her freaking rip. I'm excited to have this new servo, man. That's one thing I'm excited about. It always nice to have a servo that's strong, you know. So we'll see how long the motor lasts, see what kind of props we can put on it, how much torture that servo will take, how much water it will withstand. We'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see this thing running. I wish I could take it out today. The weather's here in North Carolina, it's just not good. It's just not good today. Ice in my swimming pool, so I would imagine the pond's got ice in it too. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.